Mark was a ghost in the desert, the kind of man the government built, polished, and then buried under classified files. They called him the perfect shot. The US military had spent millions training him, a living weapon forged in the silence between two heartbeats. That morning, under the desert sun, Mark and his spotter Donnie were perched on a rocky ridge. Below them, an American convoy moved cautiously through the wasteland. Their mission was simple: cover the team, eliminate any threat, and make it out alive. Hours passed in dead silence. Then dust clouds. A terrorist truck loaded with heavy guns was racing straight toward the convoy. Donnie quickly measured wind speed, humidity, and range. Mark steadied his breath. One trigger pull, boom! The truck erupted in flames. The convoy was safe. But victory didn't last long. More enemy vehicles appeared from behind the dunes. Mark fired again. One shot killed the gunner, another the driver. The desert fell silent. The enemies froze, unable to spot the sniper's nest. Then they brought out the big guns, mortars, and cannons. Explosions rained down around Mark and Donnie's hill. Call for fire support. Donnie yelled. He did, but the line went dead. Their commander had cut the connection and fled. They were left to die. Moments later, a combat helicopter thundered in, unleashing bullets like a storm. Donnie was hit, blood splashed across the rocks. Mark screamed his name, but Donnie was gone. His brother, his partner, dead in his arms. Something inside Mark snapped. He grabbed his Barrett rifle and fired through his tears, one bullet straight through the helicopter pilot's skull. The chopper spiraled out of control, crashing in a fireball. Mark survived, barely. Days later, the same cowardly commander who abandoned them was found dead, shot clean through the head by a sniper's bullet. No one saw who did it. But everyone knew who could. Mark disappeared. Retired. Vanished into the woods with his loyal dog, Bruce. He wanted nothing but peace. But peace never lasts for men like him. One morning, black SUVs rolled up to his cabin. Men in suits. Their leader, Colonel Isaac. He handed Mark the Congressional Medal of Honor, the nation's highest award, and offered him a new mission: protect the president. Isaac claimed intelligence had found a threat, a sniper capable of hitting from 2,000 meters away. "We need your eyes, Mark," he said. "We need you." Mark hesitated. He didn't trust the system that betrayed him once. But Isaac spoke of duty and honor. Reluctantly, Mark agreed. As Isaac left, Mark quietly noted the vehicle's engine number, a habit that would later save his life. He flew to Washington, studied the cities Baltimore, Washington, D.C., Philadelphia. His analysis was surgical. Only Philadelphia offered a clean 2,000-meter line of sight. 6 possible sniper locations. "If I were the killer," Mark said, "I'd shoot from here." Isaac nodded. "Then that's where we'll watch." But something was off. At the final event in Philadelphia, Mark spotted an old cop named Timms near the observation tower. The man's eyes were dull, his holster loose. Something wasn't right. Moments later, chaos erupted. A gunshot. Screams. The archbishop standing near the president went down. Mark turned. Timms shot him twice in the back. Mark crashed through the window, bleeding, as Isaac's team vanished. He'd been set up. The perfect soldier, now the perfect scapegoat. Wounded and hunted, Mark barely escaped through the city. Helicopters chased him. Police surrounded him. He crashed into a river and vanished again. For days he treated his wounds alone, using salt, sugar, and fire to disinfect the pain. He hid in shadows, changing disguises, surviving on sheer will. Finally, he reached Donnie's girlfriend, Susan, the only person who still believed in him. While Susan patched his wounds, an FBI agent named Nick Memphis began to doubt the official story. He found inconsistencies, ballistic reports made in minutes instead of hours, wrong wind calculations, false witnesses. Tim's death was staged. The real shot came from a church tower, not Mark's position. Nick knew Mark was innocent. Meanwhile, Mark healed. But he couldn't stay. He left Bruce behind, kissed Susan's forehead, and disappeared again, this time to clear his name. He made contact with Nick. The assassination had been ordered by Senator Meacham, orchestrated by Colonel Isaac, and executed by a disabled war veteran, Isaac's own advisor. The reason? A secret massacre in Africa. The archbishop was going to expose them. So they killed him and blamed Mark. Mark and Nick prepared for war. Homemade bombs, sniper traps, napalm. They stormed the advisor's mansion, silencing guards one by one. Before dying, the advisor confessed, "We were all pawns, Mark. Isaac runs it all." Then came the ambush. Gunfire everywhere. Nick detonated the napalm, a wall of fire consumed the killers. But Isaac escaped. The final showdown came in Montana's snowy mountains. Isaac brought the senator, thinking he'd outsmarted everyone. But when shots rang out, Isaac's sniper dropped dead, a perfect headshot. Then another. And another. From the mist, Mark stepped forward, alive. Isaac froze. He'd underestimated the ghost. Mark let the FBI take him. In court he faced Isaac and the government he once served. When asked if the sniper rifle was his, he admitted, yes. Then he loaded a bullet, aimed at Isaac's head, and pulled the trigger. Click. No fire. Mark smiled. "I always remove the firing pin." The courtroom gasped. He wasn't a killer. He was the proof. Then Nick placed the final evidence, documents of the African massacre, on the table. Isaac was arrested. The truth was out. Mark refused any medals, any pardon. He just walked out of the courtroom, a free man, not a hero, not a soldier, just a tired soul who had finally taken his last shot. As he disappeared into the forest with Bruce trotting by his side, the wind whispered the legend of the man the world forgot, Mark, the sniper who could never miss. I'd be happy to discuss Mark's story further. For example, would you like to know more about the key turning points in his journey?